Time to head out for an explore. I'm heading out through Sandbach, out past Congleton. Can you guess where we're going? Here's a clue, the Harrington Arms. I'm just going to park up here on the right. Morning folks, welcome back and welcome to Goresworth near Macclesfield in Cheshire. One of the places I have been intending for some time to come and film for you. There's the path to North Road, several options. There's the canal, there's the Dane Valley Way, several ways you can make a loop. Up ahead here is the church. It's called St James's. Current church dates from the 15th century, but there's been a chapel here since the 13th century, I believe. And just beyond it is Goresworth Hall. I'm just going to walk up to the church, I think. Right now, that's about as far as I can manage. Here we go, a graveyard. Seems like a fitting spot for today's chat. Won't keep you hanging on. The key thing, I've got a couple of key messages to get over today, and I'll do them first, and then I'll dive deeper into it for those, unlike me, who have the wisdom to learn by other people's mistakes. Okay? Bye, come. It's a good old bell. Really is beautiful here. Goresworth is well worth a visit. I should have come sooner. Is it done? It's done. Yeah, so I'm afraid there aren't going to be any running videos probably now for about 8 weeks, I'm guessing. The reason being that I've got a pain in my chest right now, and if I'm on my feet for more than about 10 minutes at a time, I'm exhausted and I'm sat in a chair. Yeah, we'll get to that in a bit. So that's the first message. The first message is, so what I'm going to do is, there are 3 running videos that you've not yet seen. Patreon have, but everyone else hasn't. So what I'm going to do is intersperse them with talking videos like this, and then hopefully in about a month's time I will be well enough to go for a gentle walk on the flat, no mountains, and so then we'll be able to do a walking style of video, and then hopefully, I really hope that we'll get sorted and then we'll be back to running. So that's message number 1. Message number 2 is some people think that you get old and you have to give up exercise. Oh, you know, you're getting old. Oh, yeah, that's for the younglings, you know, you've got to give up. But honestly, that's back to front. In fact, the reverse is true. When you're young, you can get away without exercise. your body works perfectly. But as you get older, it becomes more important to stay active. And really that's what Run Adventure has been, for me, has been all about. Is one, it gets me active and keeps me out. And I just love exploring the countryside. And I love sharing it with you. So, and I just hope that people who watch the videos, it inspires a few people to be a little bit more active. Not necessarily running, just walking. The same with the gym videos. My hope is that it gets people to do a little bit of strength training. And I'm just trying to give a perspective on getting some exercise from the point of view of an older person, really. Yeah, so you need to stay active. Use it or lose it. And exercise and strength training as you get older is really quite important. However, from time to time, life will throw you a curveball, and as it has for me. And it would be very tempting at that point to give up. And so my message is, if you find yourself in that situation, don't give up. You've got to keep going. It's what's you don't get old enough to give up exercise. You give up exercise and you get old. Okay, so keep going. For those of you who are able to learn by other people's mistakes, I will retell my tale of what's happened to me lately. Right, so I've not been quite right since April. I got a chest infection, and and then I rushed to coming back to running too quickly after that, because of course I'm trying to build up this YouTube channel and put out weekly content for you. So that's one of the goals right from the beginning of the channel, was create a video every week. Now that's a huge undertaking. You know, I probably spend 20 or 30 hours a week on Run Adventurer. I hope I create entertaining content, but it's very difficult building an audience, frankly. So so I've been trying to keep going. So I was getting over this chest infection, started up again, felt okay to begin with, and then, so the first time I went out felt okay, next time I went out, real tightness in my chest, pain in my back, and just exhausted extremely quickly. And you're like, oh, what's going on? So my training became sort of a disruptive pattern to my training, in that I'd run, and then you'd run again, and then it would hurt, so you'd then have a break, and then after a break I'll be able to run-ish, though it feels like you're running with the handbrake on. My heart rate won't go up as high. Normally when you run, the limiting factor is sucking in oxygen. You can't suck in enough air and your heart rate goes high. That's not how I've been of late. My heart rate just won't go up high. I've got tightness in my chest and it feels like someone's stabbing me in the back. So, but I soldiered on, so you won't realise that some of the beautiful places I've taken you to, I was really suffering. Like Dovedale, for instance. After that, that nearly killed me, and then I didn't move after that for more than a week. Anyway, eventually I went to the doctor. He gave me antibiotics, did an ECG as well, and I thought I got over it. I took the antibiotics and I did feel better, and my heart rate, I was able to go out. I had a couple of weeks where I was running, my heart rate was higher. I just felt like I was running free and I felt okay. And then, so I was filming this last Thursday. Felt okay-ish, but the last 3/4 of a mile was up a steep hill. And so I didn't run it all in one. I would normally just grind my way up a hill like that, but I wasn't well enough. So what I did was did it as intervals, run up a bit, stop, another section, stop. Managed, it was fine. However, the following day I was up at 5 and out at 6, and I got about a mile into my run and I got horrendous pains in both my arms. Horrible, really nasty pain. But I'm an idiot, so I kept going. And then I got really, really bad chest pain and I had to stop. Then I had to walk home. That was a bit scary, frankly. And then I sat in the chair, and it's when I was sat in the chair that I realised that I had to go to the hospital, because I had pain in my chest, I had pain down my left arm, and my left arm was going numb. It was weak. I couldn't pick up a cup or hold a cup, and all my hands, my fingers had turned white. I'd lost peripheral circulation. So I took myself to A&E, who were marvellous. It was slightly disconcerting at first. I sat down in the A&E, the first lounge, and they've got Highway to Heaven on the TV. I thought, is this it? Am I being sent a message here? But I was very quickly triaged through to the next bit, where they check for whether you've had a heart attack, take bloods, do an ECG, and then again very quickly pass through there to the next layer of the onion, where it's like the acute admissions area. All people like me with suspected heart attacks by the look of it, where they're monitoring you, and they were absolutely fantastic. So good news is it wasn't a heart attack. They look for an enzyme in your blood, which you get if you get a heart attack. So they kept me there most of the day, and basically have let me out saying, be careful, don't exert yourself. And that frankly is not an issue, in that I'm exhausted if I'm on my feet for more than 10 minutes. So I'm just taking it easy while I wait to be referred to the chest pain unit, so I'm guessing you'll see a cardiologist. They were talking about they do some sort of contrast MRI thingy, or basically they inject contrast material into you, slow your heart down, and then they can look to see whether you've got angina. I'm no expert. I suspect there are two potential things it could be. I'm really hoping it's not angina. Obviously, if it's angina, they can medicate me, but I will have to take extra good care of my health. So I'm kind of hoping, though, it's pericarditis, in that I've been an idiot. In that if you do get chest pain when you're out running, stop, go to the doctor. I did finally do that. It took me ages to do it though. And rest. So when I had that chest infection, I should have had at least another week off, and then I probably wouldn't have had any of this if it is pericarditis. And then certainly having, been running and had that tightness in your chest and the pain stabbing pain in your back, I should have just stopped completely and rested for a month probably. So pericarditis, it's inflammation around the sac the heart sits in. It sort of fits better with the symptoms actually than angina, because I've still got chest tightness now, whereas you'd think it, the event passes and the pain goes away. It's more of an ongoing pain, so perhaps I'm just deluding myself again. Who knows? We'll leave it to the experts. But anyway, I will carry on. So if you're in that situation, stop. Go to a doctor, stop. You are not helping yourself by trying to carry on exercising. Get better, then return to exercising. And as I say, it's important to keep active. Anyway, the content on the channel will continue. I'll just have to come up with a slightly different type of content. So next week will be a running video, one of the ones that's already filmed. Then the week after that we'll probably do, it'll be 6 months since I've been going to the gym for at that point, so perhaps we'll do a video and talk about that, my insights from that. And then we'll have another running video the following week, the week after that. I thought we might do for the keto followers, we'll finally get round to doing that egg custard video I've been meaning to do for ages. And then after that, perhaps I'll be well enough to just come and show you around some beautiful places like this church here and go for a short walk, and we can just do a little bit of local exploring for the next month or two. Hopefully by then the doctors will have got me sorted out. There's nothing quite like something like this though to really up your game. I will I will be really taking good care of my health here on in. It's a wake up. Right, I'm just going to walk around the church, I think, and that'll be far enough for me today. Anyway, please keep watching. The running will return and we'll explore lots more places together. I'm not done yet. Take care, folks.